Hey you guys, welcome back to my kitchen. I am so excited because I managed to get hold of fresh fenugreek leaves. I don't manage to find them very often, but they were so fresh and it's such a unique vegetable. It tastes so amazing, so different to anything else. And I'm going to show you how to make amazing fenugreek stuffed parathas. Unfortunately, with this, I cannot tell you that if you don't have fenugreek, you can use something else, because this is a fenugreek stuffed paratha recipe, and for this you definitely need. So watch the video, enjoy it, and whenever you spot fenugreek leaves anywhere in the market, wherever you are in the world, then grab them and definitely try this. I have got 4 bunches of fresh fenugreek here, and I've just broken off the leaves and left the stalks because that is not very, it becomes very chewy actually. So the leaves is all you need, and I'm going to chop it into small pieces. This is chopped up nicely, and the key is to give it a good rinse to get rid of all the muddy bits. So that's the fenugreek washed, chopped, and to this I'm going to add big pieces of potatoes. I have got 2 red potatoes here, and I've chopped them in big squares, chunks. You can chop it smaller, but it's because I cut it this size, always have, because the time it takes to cook the potatoes, the fenugreek will be done as well. So now I'm going to get this on the hob. This vegetable is so easy to cook, and it needs not much at all. So it goes in 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of chili powder, and that's all the spices it needs. And the last thing is a big piece of ginger. I'm going to grate it into this. And that is all the stuff you need. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil. Mix it up. This doesn't need any water because the leaves, the fenugreek leaves will release the moisture, and that's going to help cook the potatoes. So now I'm going to cover this and cook it for 15-20 minutes. How much time your potatoes need to cook. So I'm going to check in 20 minutes. I'm going to cook this on low to medium heat. And it doesn't need any other spices because it's got so much amazing flavor of its own. The fenugreek has got its really awesome flavor, and that's why you don't add any spices, because you let the flavor of the fenugreek rule the dish. So 20 minutes are up. Whoa, the smell is intense and amazing. Now we need to see the key that if the potatoes are done, and I think yes, they are done. Now just a mix, and what you do now is on high heat, just cook for 2 minutes on high heat, and that is going to get rid of any moisture if you have. This smell is just so unique to fenugreek. It smells amazing, absolutely amazing. So you can now eat this. It's ready to eat. You can eat this with some chapati, with some dal and rice. But I am going to bake one of my favorite things with this, which is methi stuffed parathas. 300 grams of chapati flour. If you don't have chapati flour, just use wholemeal mixed with plain half and half. With the quantity of water, I just take fresh tap water. I don't warm it or anything, and the key is to add slowly. So here I've got 200 ml, and I'm just adding little at a time. You might need more, you might need less, but you want like a bread dough, basically a soft soft dough and you add little at a time. Because this dough doesn't need kneading, it can totally be done by hand. And when you have a soft dough, you stop adding the water. So this is looking good. So that's exactly 200 ml of water I used here in 300 grams of flour. Now just knead for a few seconds, then cover and let this rest for at least 15 minutes to half an hour. So I have got the dough here that has rested, and I've got the filling that has cooled down completely. And now it's time to make the stuffed parathas. I've got a nice hot pan here, reduce the heat while I'll roll it up. So we just take a portion of the dough, kind of like a size of a lemon, I guess. Then roll it in some flour. And just going to roll it out a little bit so it's big enough to sit on the palm of my hand. And then I'm going to take these potatoes and squash them up because I can't add them whole. Just squash them up and mix them with the leaves, and then take a nice portion and put it in the middle, and then just collect it. Gather it, pinch, gather, 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 and then that's it. So now roll it again in the flour, and before you start rolling it with a pin, just press it gently, not gently actually, just press it nicely so that they don't start to come out. Methi parathas always tend to break and stuffing comes out, which is absolutely fine. It always tends to do that, I guess, because it's got like leaves and potatoes. And then just roll it. Okay, that is looking good. And this goes on a hot pan. I'm gonna cook for a few seconds and then turn it over. And few seconds on the other side. So when it's kind of slightly golden on both sides, I am cooking it with oil today because I've run out of homemade ghee. So just a bit of oil, and then you turn it over. And I'm cooking all of this on medium heat because you know, it's kind of cooked, so you want it nice and golden. Then a bit of oil on the other side. And then you cook this. This is amazing in some homemade ghee, but obviously I haven't got any today, so we're going to make do with oil. And here they are, covered in butter, because there's no other way to eat a stuffed paratha. Just look at that. Gorgeous. All the methi and potato sabji. Oh, absolutely yum. Ooh. Because we don't get methi very often, when I do get it, it's just like Christmas. And yeah. I cannot explain it to you how amazing methi tastes, fenugreek tastes. So if you can get hold, my daughter can't wait because they are her favorite stuffed parathas. If you can get hold of them, then please do try them because it's so unique and absolutely delicious. So easy to make, don't need any spices at all. I hope you'll give it a go. Don't forget to subscribe. See you soon for another new recipe. Good, right?
I love it.
Jag har bra